The Tatars in Crimea say they're being repressed, arrested and murdered. 2 years ago, the Russians seized the peninsula from Ukraine. Today, the Crimean Tatars remain vulnerable.
Today, nearly every Tatar family in Crimea is living in fear. We don't feel safe in our homeland. There are disappearances and sadistic and violent murders.
Suffering at the hands of Russians isn't new. In 1942 to 1943, Josef Stalin's troops exiled the Tatars to Central Asia and the Caucasus. The ethnic cleansing resulted in the death by starvation of tens of thousands of people, an act the Ukrainian parliament eventually deemed a genocide. The Soviet Union collapsed in 1991, but the prospect for a better life for the Tatars didn't last long. The Crimea's annexation 2 years ago put 300,000 Tatars under Russian occupation. Some of them refused to give up their Ukrainian citizenship, and many of the ones who became Russian nationals now feel like foreigners in the place they were born. Today they live with restrictions on their language, religion and culture, and many Crimeans fear losing more than just their Ukrainian citizenship. Russia often defended its actions in the peninsula, pointing to the 2014 referendum in Crimea, in which only the Russian-speaking population voted. But Crimean Tatars and Ukrainians say there was a major problem that prompted them to protest against the vote. Many, including leader Mustafa Jamilov, argued that the referendum wouldn't stop Russia's annexation, which had already started.
It is absurd to hold a referendum when the territory is occupied. It makes no sense. And it is absurd to hold a referendum when only a part of the population decides the fate of the territory.
World powers agreed that the referendum was illegal and protested with sanctions against Russia.
Crimea is part of Ukraine today. It will be part of Ukraine tomorrow. It will be part of Ukraine next week. It will be part of Ukraine unless and until its status is changed in accordance with Ukrainian and international law.
2 years after Russia annexed Crimea, the Tatars are continuing to live in fear. And this is one anniversary they won't be celebrating.